good whatever time of day it is where you are, and welcome to a new video. For those of you who don't know who I am Curlingseb, and for those of you who know who I am still Curlingseb, yeah. Anyways, today I thought I'd do something I haven't done in a while. I've actually only done this once before, at least here. I have done what I'm going to do several times before because it is kind of necessary to survive, sort of. Today, what we're going to do is cooking with Curlingseb. Woohoo! So yeah, I've done like a cooking with Curlingseb once before. I have cooked at least 9 times before in my life, so yeah. Actually, I think my first cooking with Curlingseb video could actually be my very first video at all, or at least one of the first couple of videos I did when I still lived in Malta. And now, you know, perhaps I live in Norway and I have decided to up the game a bit. I'll try to make something a little bit more fancy, probably way more healthier than what I made back then. Oh yeah, and if you're interested in watching that video, it should appear up here somewhere right now. Yeah, there it is. So what we're going to cook today is a version of fried rice, or at least that's the plan. So let's get cooking. Alright, so here we are. I didn't have to move far, but here's the kitchen. And let's just go through what I'm going to use now for this delicious little meal. So here's what we have: some sauce, some rice, chicken, you could use pork as well if you want to, some broccoli, bell pepper, onion, eggs, if you could focus as well, some spices, a number of those. So my plan now is first to boil the rice and then kind of just give it a little fry, because I've done this a couple of times before, and then I usually just put the rice in at the end and it takes a lot of time to finish. So I just thought if I boil the rice first and then kind of fry it, it would take less time when I kind of mix it all together at the end. So let's start. Nice. Or rice. It's been a couple of minutes now and the water is boiling, so let's just throw in the rice. I have some pre-sliced chicken because, well, I'm lazy like that. So let's just open it up. And if you want to, you can even cut the chicken in smaller pieces. I tend to like that because I think those huge chunks are just too huge sometimes. That's what she said. Alright, I think the chicken is about done. It smells so good in here right now. But we need the frying pan now, of course, so let's just put it in a bowl or something just for the moment. Just let it rest and get a nice little finish. Hopefully it'll get really, really juicy. I mean, it is well spiced now and I just have to do this before it all burns. I think the rice is about done now as well, so let's continue there. And now as the rice is drying up ever so slightly, the plan was to fry some of the rice now and then just put it in a bowl and do the other stuff and add the rice at the end. Because as I said, I think that would be slightly quicker than what I've done before, so it's time to fry some rice, I guess. And yeah, if you want, you could also add some spices here. And while the rice is frying, you could start cutting the vegetables. I don't have too many though, you can choose any vegetable you want. I have a bell pepper and an onion and some frozen broccoli. I won't cut the broccoli because it is already cut, but I will heat it and eat it. That should be the name of a frozen food kind of brand. Copyright pending. I like to have the bell pepper in fairly big sizes, not as big as these of course, but you know, more like perhaps this size. And the same goes for the onions as well. Fairly big sizes, or slices, or whatever it's called. Fairly big sizes you can. Well, I'm hungry. Alright, I think the rice is basically done now as well. I don't know if you can see it, but it has this sort of golden color to it, and that's basically where I want it right now. And then it is time for some veggies. You start with the broccoli because it is frozen. And then when it is starting to get a bit cooked, you can just add the bell pepper and onions as well. You don't have to use onions or bell peppers or broccoli, you could use anything you want, except pineapples. And while the veggies are cooking, we could prepare the eggs. And yes, there are eggs in this as well, so we'll just prepare them like they're going to be scrambled, because that is kind of what they're going to be in the end anyways, so let's crack some eggs. Oh, by the way, do you think I should create a second channel with cooking stuff and just call it Curlingseb? Please say no, because I guess this is kind of the epitome of my cooking skills, so it won't get any better than this, especially at the time being, so no, believe it or not, but we're almost done. The vegetables are basically finished, and what's next is just to add everything. Just mix it together and kind of give it a little heat. Add some sauce, add the eggs, and maybe just touch it up with some spices, and that is it. And now it's time for the sauce. I decided to go for this wok sauce, but you could use any sauce you'd like. Apparently it's a curry sauce thing, and I thought that would be good with chicken, so I hope it is. Just mix it together, let the flavors blend. And now it's time for the egg. Just make a little hole in the middle like this, and then pour the egg down in the hole. Let it sit for a while, just to make it kind of like the beginning of omelettes or scrambled eggs, just to get like a little bit cooked. And then you mix it out with everything, and you get these little chunks of eggs in between, and that is just a little nice little touch, if you ask me. And now, while everything heats up, let's have a quick look at this important announcement. vaccinate your children, for fuck's sake. Well, just do it. I never seem to be able to calculate the right amount of, well, everything. Okay, I think we're about done. And there you have it. Some nice, good, healthy, I would say, food. I realized it actually took longer by cooking the rice separately. Normally I just throw the rice in, at the end, and then it kind of just blends together. You'll probably save like, 10 minutes doing it that way. But before I sit down to devour this delicious meal, I think it is delicious. I mean, it smells so good right now. I just have to say that we are really close to 100 subscribers, and it would be kind of fun, if we made that happen fairly soon. So feel free to give this video a thumbs up. So, if you're hungry and it, clap your hands. If you're hungry or if you're full or whatever you are, just feel free to subscribe if you haven't. The button is down there, I guess. Well, I don't guess because I know it is there. I just checked. And also don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That was a big thumb. And leave a comment as well, where you tell me your favorite food. And as I mentioned, of course, subscribe, or subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I am Curlingseb, not Cooking Seb. At least not yet. Probably never. And I'll see you again next time. Curlingseb.